Hello. I'll be live in a second, just waiting for people to come in. Right, let's get started, I guess. I'm not 100% sure if this mic's working or not, so whatever happens, happens. Hello! Hello, Choppy. Everybody's playing it because it's a new Sony first-party title. Yeah. It's got really good reviews. On Metacritic, it's had 96 reviews and averaged at 95.
Get in the boat, boy.
Yeah, damn. Exactly. Cool. Yeah, I've never used the built-in PlayStation streaming software before, so I don't know what it's like. Always used capture cards in the past.
Still want me to tie it to the boat?
Anyway, how are you doing, Choppy? Doing well, I hope?
That is enough.
Good. And you've started returning to YouTube and stuff now, haven't you? As well? How's that going? Oh, cool.
Father?
Yeah, I got back late as well
Did
today.
something change? The forest feels different now.
Everything is different.
Yeah, I'm not bad. Went to the pub with work and
Yes, sir.
enjoying work again, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky with my job. Yeah, it's hard to find a job that you really enjoy, and one that doesn't seem like tedious and boring. Like, I've done bits of work in retail, and like that just never worked for me. However, working in games development is loads of fun personally. I'm very lucky in the studio that I work for, because we don't have any kind of crunch or anything like that. It's got a really good studio culture. Oh, cool! You're doing a bachelor's in computer science. Yeah, I enjoy programming as well. I really want to go down that kind of avenue and do more programming, but my problem is I always forget about syntaxes or get them wrong in places, and I
That was
just
the last.
don't feel comfortable programming something that everybody's going to use because it will just break instantly. To be honest, retail wasn't too bad. I mean, I worked at John Lewis, which is a pretty well-known department store, and I didn't do it for a long time. I only did it during a Christmas period when we were really busy. So I don't know. I've not done it for a long enough time to have a fair enough understanding, I guess, really, of like what it's like to do part-time or full-time for a long period of time.
Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. 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 She's ready.
Yeah, I've never really made any small indie games or anything like that. I've done in C++ a calculator once or twice,
For free.
and done some web development stuff as well for my website I used to run. Otherwise, I've not done anything big, really. I mean, I did try and do Snake Game, but I can't remember why, but I just stopped. But basically, it's a good place to get started, because it can help you build a portfolio and show off what you can do. Personally, because I've started in AAA, I mean, I did testing before through AAA, but working at home, and I did other testing before that as well in software. Like, I don't know. At the moment, I want to stick in AAA. But maybe in a few years, company that port games from PC to Mac and Linux. I'm so glad I didn't do that, because I'd have had to like do so much like laptop testing and computer spec testing and all of that jazz, and it wasn't a particularly friendly environment from what I saw either. So I'm glad I kind of backed out of that. I know that some AAA studios are pretty rough like that as well, but our studio is pretty cool.
This knife.
I enjoy it.
It was hers. Now it is yours. She taught you to hunt.
She knew.
Show me.
Now?
Now.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing programming as a bachelor degree, you should be pretty set to go,
What are we
to be
hunting?
honest.
You are hunting deer.
I don't know where you're based, so I don't know what kind of
Which
studios
way?
you have available,
In
but
the direction
hopefully
of
there's
deer.
some
Okay.
AAAs and some indies. I don't know if
This
you
way.
want to venture into the world of AAA, but hopefully there's some Indian studios around near you as well. I mean, we don't have a huge game dev scene
Father?
in the UK.
Why are we doing this now?
I need to know you can survive the journey.
Then
But
we
we
leave for the
do
mountain?
have
Depends on
hot
you.
spots as such, one of
But-
which is Guildford, where I work.
What did you find?
Tracks. Not
There's
deer though.
Brighton and London, and
I'll keep looking.
there's quite a few more studios further up north as well. Oh, Norway. Yeah, there's
More
huge,
tracks?
huge number
Yeah.
of studios in
They're too
Sweden,
round. Could be a wild boar.
especially Stockholm,
Good.
and a variety of both indie
Now
and
what?
AAA.
This way, boy.
Hup!
Is Norway mainly
Oh.
indie studios, I
Wait,
guess?
deer tracks. They're fresh. This way.
I mean, I'd love to. I've always thought of moving abroad
Found it!
Slow down, boy.
in the past and working
You're
elsewhere.
hunting deer, not chasing it.
Yes, Father.
Like dice or whatever would be amazing, but I'm happy where I am, and I'm glad that it's in the UK because obviously
We broke our
family and
bridge.
friends and stuff you
How are
can
we
stay
gonna
in
get
touch
across?
pretty easily.
Step aside.
You don't really know about any studios in Norway. Yeah, I mean, I've not heard of any, so, I mean, I may have been out of touch with it, but,
Wow.
Go.
Oh. What happened here? There it is!
Hold. What are you doing? Now its guard is up. Only fire. Only fire. When I tell you to fire.
I'm sorry.
Do not be sorry. Be better. Find it. Find
yeah, I looked at studying abroad. There aren't really that many unis in the UK that I'm aware of, at least, that focus on game development or things like that. So yeah, I looked at doing Full Sail Uni.
My bow!
No! You are not ready! Stay back!
Full Sail Uni in Florida, but I wouldn't have been able to support that. That would have been like so much money to move abroad, and then also like the uni costs in the States are obscene. I mean, they're pretty bad in the UK, but even abroad they're even in the States they're pretty bad. So I had to bail on that idea. I haven't gone to uni at all. I was very lucky in my job. Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you joining the stream. It's my first stream in a while, so I'm a little bit rough around the edges, but it's good to see you guys coming in here. Hope your evening started off well, or whatever time they say it is. Is it literally just kicking us? Or have I lost my... Ah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. I've never played a God of War before, so this is like my first try. I'm a little bit rough around the edges with combat as well. probably should have played a game I'm used to. Before starting streaming again. It's kind of learning two things at once. Yeah, it's very much like Thor's hammer. It's amazing. I love it. And then still, I mean, this is literally just. Oh, what have I just done? Okay. I mean, to be honest, I didn't buy this. I'm borrowing it from. There's our studio getting games that we can borrow. So I borrowed this from the studio. Oh, and I've died. Great. Because I've never played a God of War before, and with Sony first-party games, they seem to drop out pretty quickly. I ended up dropping out, borrowing the copy from work, so I didn't waste my money and such.
No! You are not ready! Stay back!
About to finish sixth form, no plans to go into uni. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to my colleague about this, and my colleague has a photography degree. He works on the same team as me in QA. And he was like, yeah, these days you don't really need a degree. You don't, because a lot of the cases, you also don't need a degree that specializes in what you actually want to be doing. The main reason why employers look for degrees is because it shows that you can manage your time a lot and all of that kind of stuff. Like, balance your life versus your work and things. So, it's not really a requirement for you to get into actually doing what you want to do. I mean, both me and one of my colleagues don't know degrees, but a lot of people at the studio do. QA is loads of good fun. I mean, it depends what you want to do though, because I mean, a lot of QA guys, at least a lot of people in my studio started off in QA and have moved over to design. I personally want to stick with QA kind of focused roles. I want to do more technical stuff though, with like programming and auto tests, but I'm not doing that at the moment.
Up there.
What do you study at sixth form? I didn't do sixth form either.
My mom told me never to go in there.
We do what we please, boy. No excuses.
So I did an apprenticeship before this, and I was lucky. It was software development, but I did QA because I didn't have any knowledge of programming. They were supposed to train us in programming, but it just never happened because apprenticeships I've always had a bad experience with. I'm not 100% sure why I've had a bad experience with them. I think I've just lost my hammer, maybe. Uh-oh. That was a bad idea. But yeah, apprenticeships, I personally suggest to not do one. Personally, because everybody that I know that's done them has not got what they need to be able to further their career. Oh, I still got my hammer back, cool. Yeah, they've not been able to further their career with it, and like the training's been terrible. Physics, psychology, and sociology. Jeez, those sound like pretty tough subjects.
It was time.
I mean, I enjoyed physics. One of my friends did psychology, sorry, and sociology. I know of a few people that have done it, but don't know them particularly well. I need to find better ways to combat. Yeah. So physics for me, like, I didn't enjoy any of the other sciences, and with physics I kind of understood it, but that's in part because I had a decent teacher for it. Whereas like biology and chemistry, like I had terrible teachers. Right, okay, there's the shield. Okay, cool. So going straight into a game dev job, like, going straight into a job is, yeah, a pretty good idea, because it's not, so, it's a difficult one, because it depends what you want to do. If you want to do game dev, you're probably gonna want to have a portfolio of what you've done in the past, or at least some experience in a similar role. Which is the hard bit, and obviously doing an apprenticeship would give you that experience, but if you're looking for the education side of it, it kind of falls behind from what I've seen, because they go through agencies and the teacher that I had that was supposed to do programming for me, with me, was literally learning how to program on Wikipedia. So, I don't know, I've just had a really bad experience with education. Depends what you want to do. Very much so. Oh, okay.
It's open. What now?
You don't even go to class, I just order the books and read at home. Can't trust these teachers. Yeah, exactly, like...
You froze it in place. Clever.
If I had the opportunity to do that, I would do it. I just didn't have the opportunity to do it.
So... nice.
I mean, the number of teachers I've seen trying to learn on the job, as I was saying to my colleague at the pub earlier on today, like, you can have a degree in anything to become a teacher, but it doesn't mean you're going to teach that subject. So,
wait for my mark.
like, I know teachers that had
Do not
degrees
think
in
of it as an
mechanical
animal.
engineering,
It is
and were
simply
teaching
a target.
programming,
Clear
and it
your
just
mind.
does not work.
Steady your aim and breathe in. Feet solid. Steady
I
yourself.
can do this.
Exhale and release.
I got it.
Good.
Yeah, I started with VMC. So,
It's
the first
still alive.
the first time I'd ever heard of QA was through VMC. I was looking at game testing, so just wanted to see what was available and stuff like that.
Your knife.
And yeah, I went through VMC, then did some stuff with Playtest Cloud, which
No.
are pretty
Finish
shit.
what you
I mean,
started.
VMC have so many different AAA projects to work on, and gives you so much more experience than Playtest Cloud do. And then I went on to software testing
can't.
alongside that, so VMC and software testing, and also my website, if you knew of my website, Gaming Masters, which is part of what helped me get started in industry professionally, because it showed that I had a passion for the industry. Studying mechanical engineering, but dropped it and started computer science instead. Yeah, I know a few people that went the other way. So, one of my friends started with loads of IT background, moved over to mechanical engineering, and I think is now an apprenticeship to be a blacksmith. I may be wrong, I've not heard from them in a little while about this last fight.
We're gonna fight that?
We have no choice.
Hold arrows, shoot arrows, hold LT and then press square, specific enemies.
Okay, just tell me when to shoot.
Oh shit, I'm not gonna do well at this. This is the first boss fight in God of War. I'm not gonna do well. Forgotten how to do it. You didn't really enjoy mechanical engineering? Yeah. So I did mixtures of both engineering and, well, so when I started school, you get like a taster of everything. Yeah, studying a subject that you really enjoy is definitely useful. I wish I changed subjects because I did computing, catering, business studies, and then all the usual, like I had to do a language, I had to do a English, maths, science, etc. I didn't really enjoy catering. I wish I moved over to media. It was a little bit too late when I made that decision. And I could have got stopped by my parents. I think I would have enjoyed media a lot more than catering. Personally. But I didn't go into media in the end, so that was when I was doing all of my YouTube stuff and Twitch stuff and photography and things. I mean, I want to pick up on that again, but I wouldn't have pursued it professionally anyway. Like I wouldn't have picked up catering. So I really need to learn how to do combat in this, like better. It seems to be very button mashy. I may be wrong, but I'm always pretty bad with button mashy stuff. What stuff are you doing in computers? You said you're programming, right? Sometimes in computer science we like got dragged into like networking and all of that stuff. Turn the game down a tad? Yeah, I can take a look. Let me have a look. Oh shit, this menu I've not seen before. Options, there we go. Settings, audio. Music volume. It was a bit loud for me as well, actually. Put that a little bit higher. Subtitles on. Let me know if that's alright. If you want it changed at all, just let me know. I haven't noticed the difference from going. In fact, I have actually. It isn't burning anymore. Database and programming classes. Yeah. Programming in Java. Yeah, so that's what I would have been doing if I was still in my. Well, if I did my apprenticeship. It was all a web-based application, sort of in Java. So I have done bits of Java and some other programming languages as well, but I would have mainly focused on Java if that was the route I went down, and if I finished the apprenticeship with the actual training that I was told I would get. I did some database work with my websites, which personally I didn't enjoy. I also was going to do manual data entry stuff for my cousin's website design company, but I bailed on that. I didn't really like trawling through the internet and trying to find data for potential clients or whatever. It was pretty tedious, and thinking about it now, I could have easily scripted it, but I hadn't. Right, first boss almost down. Come on! Yeah! Oh yeah, they're extremely useful. Databases.
That's what you get!
Boy,
Think I'm afraid of you! You're nothing to me!
boy, look at me. Look at me, boy. Boy, look at me.
Yeah. And the kid now just stabbing him repeatedly is like, what?
Ready.
What? Are you serious? I found the deer.
I proved myself!
How am I not ready?
We are going home.
I haven't been sick in a long time. I can do this.
You are not ready.
This is a basic introduction to combat.
I am ready.
Do not stop.
Stuff. Is this kicking a
Path
run off
is
now?
this way. Duh.
I actually can't see him, so yeah, looks like it. I don't know where it's gone. Let me just take a look at some of this stuff, because I've not looked at any of this stuff yet. I don't know what any of it means really at the moment. So by the looks of it, you can upgrade your axe and the kid's bow as well. Armor. Cool. And you can upgrade the kid as well. So I guess the kid sticks around for a while. Range combat. Axe upgrade 2. Loads of upgrades. And it looks like it's open world as well. Yeah. And then also, if I remember correctly, this is a single cut as well, so there's like no cutscenes. Well, there's no like going in and out of cutscenes and loading screens and stuff. It is single cut. If I remember correctly, that was the last I heard. I can't remember if this... I got confused earlier on whether it was this game or another game, so... Oh, there is. Stunning enemies. Yeah, you too, dude. Have a good night. Hope you have a good weekend. Still learning the controls, so I'll probably be here for a little while learning the controls. This is what happens when you mainly play Xbox. Well, I mainly play PC now, but I used to always live on Xbox. So trying to learn controls for a game like this on a PlayStation is going to take a while. I'm sure it'll be worth it. Not many games have a 95 Metacritic after 95 reviews. Or a 9.1 out of 1,000 reviews by users either.
Still can't get the doors open, huh?
Quiet.
So... That is quite literally Thor's hammer. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Opening the door. Oh, there's the platform there. I'm an idiot. Let me jump up. There's no jump button. That looks like I should be going up there. Oh, there we go. No idea how I did that. The kind of blood splashes remind me of Sunset Overdrive so much.
That thing! The axe isn't working!
Right. There's some FPS stuff is there. I'm not sure if that's because of the streaming, or if it's because of the game. I'm running on a base PS4, but that is tanking. Which, ideally, I really do not like. Like, that stuttering in the middle of combat
And I told
is
you not to speak.
not something I want to be seeing in a game like this. But then the reviews have been so good, so I wonder if it's to do with streaming or that I'm on a base PS4. I don't know. But that was definitely noticeable. It may just be me being fussy because of my background, but you probably noticed it on the stream. But then I don't know if the stream's lagging.
But why would a fire troll burn
Okay.
Mother's garden? And since when are Draugrs so close to the house? And what was that frozen thing that attacked us?
I do not know. Now be silent. We are almost home.
Yeah, but I'm streaming direct from the PS4. I don't know how resource intensive that is. I mean, it could be that they have optimized it really well for streaming, but I'm still noticing stutters, and I've not played. I've not played it without streaming yet, so I don't know if it is It could be to do with my PS4. I mean, my PS4 is not old, but it's a base PS4
Inside.
Slim, the white one. I didn't realize they had separate chips for streaming, like Nvidia cards do. I know that I suspect the Xbox doesn't, because Xbox didn't come out with streaming enabled, whereas the PS4 did. I could be wrong, again. Wouldn't be the first time.
It's not fair. He doesn't know anything.
Nothing's ever fair, little kid. There is
Why did I
always
expect it to be any different now that she's...
something.
You lost control.
That is not fair.
That thing was trying to kill us. It's not like you don't get angry in a fight.
Anger can be a weapon. If you control it, use it. You clearly cannot. When you...
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better now.
Fine. Come on then.
You want me to hit you?
I want you to try.
Ow! What are you...
Try again.
Why are you doing that?
Too slow.
PS4
Try
is
again.
incredibly powerful.
Weak. Again. Again.
Stop it!
Again.
Oh yeah, the game looks incredible. I mean, I'm not one for resolution,
Your anger. You can get lost in it.
but
That
you can
man is
definitely
difficult.
notice the details.
And you, Atreus, are clearly not ready.
What was that?
Quiet.
Yeah, the PS4 is a beast. It'd be interesting to see what happens with the next-gen consoles,
Come on out!
which
There's no use hiding anymore.
will no doubt be happening in the next few years.
Do you know him?
More importantly, I know what you are.
Boy.
I
use the
noticed
floor.
performance issues
Now.
with
You
like
told me never to go down
graphical stuff and
I do not know.
FPS, but resolution I've got no idea.
Get in.
Never have. Just run with whatever resolution it provides.
Tell me what I want
Usually
to know.
1080.
No need for this
I do
to
have
get bloody.
1440p screens though. What was a good point? I
Thought you'd be bigger.
don't know how far back you are.
You're definitely the one. Long way from home, aren't you?
What do you want?
Oh, you
I've
already
got
know.
no
the
idea
answer
about
to
next
that.
gen.
Whatever
It's
it is
bound
you
to
seek, I do
happen
not have
in
it.
the next few years, but I have
You should
no
move
idea.
on.
I don't think anybody outside of
Here I thought
like
your
I've seen all of these
Supposed to be
articles
so
popping
enlightened,
up about it,
so much
but
better than us. So
I don't
much
think
smarter.
anybody outside of first party really well and
You
truly know, and I
hide
don't
out
even
here
think
in
that
the
they would know
woods like a coward.
fully.
You do not
Yeah,
want this fight.
2020 seems right, but then
I'm
there's
pretty
a 7-year
sure
console generation. I don't know. It could be shorter, it could be longer.
Leave my home.
But it's not going to be as much of a upgrade from
Going to have to kill.
PS, sorry, X1, etc. because we've had the mid-cycle refreshes, which we haven't really had in the past. So it could be anything, really. Like, maybe a better GPU, but then what's that really going to give you in a console? And also it means the cost is going to go up a hell of a lot.
My turn.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not going to happen at E3. Definitely not going to happen at E3. Because they're at the peak of the generation right now. It just wouldn't make sense. Like, this is when sales for last gen, when games have had support dropped on last gen. Like, there is no way that they will tease at E3. I don't even think that they would even think about doing that at E3 this year. Oh, found new combat ways. Method, sorry. That's useful. It's okay. It's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, there's FPS drops. I mean, I would expect it, because holy shit, this is resource intensive. But it's still frustrating. I mean, they've got so much more life cycle in the current gen console. They'll be supported for, I mean, 360 only really well and truly got dropped 2 years ago.
Not very bright, are you?
And I mean, even some games that we see these days are still coming to 360 and PS3. Not many, but some of them are. Yeah, exactly, they're pretty capable. There we go. Oh, I'm so low on health. I'm not gonna make this.
Tell me what I want. Pain stops real simple.
There may be minor upgrades.
Why are there two beds in
Like, I don't know. There's always gonna be some form of upgrade to each console associated. I would like them to do a lighter version of the X. The X weighs an absolute ton. And yeah, I just can't. It costs a lot and it weighs a ton. I use them at work occasionally, and yeah. PS4 Pro, not sure what they can do without bumping up the specs again, but then it wouldn't be worth it if they've got another console generation in a couple of years, and it's not like the Pro's selling badly or got bad performance. I mean, it was the best console on the market
You talk
for a
too
hell of
much.
a long time. I'm not going to E3 or EA Play this year, no.
You won't talk?
I did go when,
Maybe whoever it
a few
is
years
got
ago,
stashed in that
as
house
normal
somewhere.
press slash fans, when we had the event that took place in London as well. When was that? That was 2016. It was Battlefield 1 stuff I saw, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know why, but it didn't run particularly smoothly when I went. I don't know if that was the reason why we haven't done it again. It's frustrating because it kind of leaves out Europe from in my personal opinion. It leaves out Europe, and it's a shame that because everybody's. So a few years ago, like 2011 kind of time, we always had some form of Gamescom press conference for pretty much every major publisher, whereas now everything's done at E3 or some separate event. Gamescom's not really much of a thing for press events anymore, which is a real shame, because it leaves out the whole of the European market. I mean, Paris Games Week's increased, but you still don't have, in popularity, but you still don't have the same feeling that you have with like press conferences like we did a few years ago at Gamescom, and still do at E3. But yeah, it was a logistical nightmare from what I've heard of having one in London and LA, and they can't really not do LA. Because LA is where everybody is. I died. And I fell through the ground and I died. That shouldn't be right. But yeah, when they were switching to and from... Sorry about the noise there. When they were switching to and from LA and London, it didn't really flow particularly well. And also the people in London didn't really have much there. We didn't have a hands-on session. And we didn't have much reveal, because obviously they wanted all the big spectacles to be happening at LA. I mean, the best we got was it Jose Mourinho or something? Football manager coming on the stage. I think we had like 1 or 2 major bits, but meanwhile LA had all of the rest. Where's the Game Changers next year? Yeah, so the Game Changer stuff, like, I don't have any involvement with them at work at all. But when I was doing all my website stuff, I was a Game Changer. I don't know a huge amount of what happens with them, because I was in the kind of... I don't know their categorization or anything like that, or if there is any categorization, but I wasn't invited to any events at the studio.
What are you hiding?
I got the odd occasional insider gossip, and I got a few game codes. Yeah, as I said, this was a few years ago before I joined EA. So, I don't know. I assumed that there was 2. I don't know if there was more, or even less, to be honest. I assumed that there were 2 levels. I assumed that it was 1 level and then they introduced the second. I assumed that it was just the major influences, and then they were like, hang on, we can do this for a few more minor influences as such, which is where I came in. My website was huge and my YouTube channel, well, as you can see, my Twitch isn't the best.
You're a vicious one, aren't you?
I really need to understand this combat and movement. Come on, here we go. Whoa, that was an FPS tank. Whoa, okay, fuck. You see, that's what happens in these games. Like, when FPS matters the most is when you're in combat. And if you have something like that happen, like, it can ruin the experience and you can die because of it.
Are a fool.
My health's a bit better though. Oh yeah, I know, if I kept with Gaming Masters I'd have enough of a following, but I just don't have the time for it with doing... It's kind of like a win-loss situation. I join the games industry but I don't have time for GM. Or I do GM but then don't join the games industry properly. And also don't have the revenue, well, I don't have an income from it because GM was at such a low, it wasn't particularly big, so I didn't have much / any revenue because you need such a huge viewer base to be able to generate anything to live off. Yeah, GM took up a lot of time. I did it for 10 years as of March, and it's something that I would have loved to have kept going the way that it was, and I tried to. I kind of lost interest and also ran out of time. I did it all the way through school, my apprenticeship, and college, and that was a struggle, especially because I did content daily.
Leaving so soon?
Oh, fuck, no, him again. Like, I put in 5-6 hours a day, and I just can't do that in my current position.
You had to act all proud. Throw whatever you have at me. I'll keep coming.
I'm trying to revive it at the moment, kind of.
Before I end this,
But it will never, well, as long as I'm in the games industry and a development-based role, it won't ever be back to what it was before. And I want to stay in development. It's a lot more fun than journalism / YouTube content creation, personally.
you've seen it with your own eyes. You can't hurt me. Nothing can. This fight is pointless. Your struggle is pointless. It didn't have to be this way. Pathetic. You can't win. I feel nothing. But you feel everything, yet you keep trying. I'm not my brother. And if you'd given me what I wanted, it wouldn't have ended this way. But no. Let's finish this.
Finally.
You
Although
can't beat me.
I legit, oh no, it's gonna take a little while to, wait, he's got new moves as well, great.
I feel nothing.
I've forgotten how to throw the damn hammer. I know how to retrieve it. There you go.
I will end you!
I think I'm hurt. I knew I was gonna get wrecked there.
Can't beat me! Come on!
When you're holding controls, like LB or whatever, it's really hard to do on the PS4 controller, I find. The Xbox controller it's a lot easier. Personally.
I feel nothing!
It's a shame that it's repeating the same fucking line all the time. I feel nothing! You've said about 50 times. It's been the same movie.
I will end you! Can't beat me! Come on!
I just want that rage thing back. That rage thing would finish him off, but I'm not earning it. Yeah, it's quite a battle. It's 3 parts so far. Oh. I think it's 2 stages. And I'm dead. Typical. Hopefully it saved a decent checkpoint. Oh, let's save an alright checkpoint. Oh, that's gonna take some damage. Did I just find like some lock-on thing? Is that lock-on? No.
I feel nothing!
I mean, it's got loads of badass moments,
Nothing!
which is pretty flaming cool. It's just learning the controls and the combos and stuff. It can take a while because you're being obliterated while it happens. It reminds me of Mortal Kombat, where I was just pressing buttons because I could push them. And there's a performance drop which really fucked that fight. There we go. There's more performance drops.
I will end you!
Oh shit, where did he come from? Wait, what? Can beat you. I've beaten you twice. Dude. I'm going to beat you a third time. Nope. Quick reflexes, which I'm impressed with. I always have really slow reflexes and this needs like quick. You'll probably hear loads of button maps. Ah, I've got the wrong combos again. No. And I forgot about that whirlwind thing. I'm not gonna win this fight. Unless I get that power kind of thing, but I'm nowhere near it. Yep, there you go. If I could learn a way to re-heal my health, I guess it's staying out of combat and not taking damage. But literally I throw that axe and he comes doing his spiral thing, well, his kind of ground slam. Okay, getting closer. Oh, cool, dude. Oh, fuck. I didn't even notice my health bar then. Yeah, I'm not a Twitch affiliate or a Twitch partner. That's why. But you don't worry about it anyway. Like, I just do this for a bit of fun. I've not really done anything like it for a while. So. Oh. Thanks, dude. Anyway, I'm gonna call it quits. So, yeah, have a good night, and I will see you around in another stream another day. Have a good weekend, and peace out.